Hello everyone and welcome back to our JavaScript beginner course. In the last episode, we dove into functions in JavaScript, from function declarations to expressions, how arrow functions are declared and work, and how to use parameters and return values. If you missed it, as always, the link is provided in the description and you can go check it out. But today we are going to discuss about arrays and objects. Two core concepts in JavaScript. Arrays let us store multiple values in one variable, whereas objects let us store related data in key and value pairs. So in this episode, we'll be covering the creation and use of arrays and object properties and methods. So let's jump right in and see how we can make our code more organized and powerful with these. So first of all, what is an array? An array is a special type of variable that can hold multiple values. Think of it like a list. You can store all kinds of things in an array, such as numbers, strings, or even another array. So they are super useful when you need to store a collection of items. Think of it this way. Suppose you have a small group of friends, 10 members, and you want to store their names in a variable. Now, it's tedious to create 10 separate variables to store each person's name, right? Well, an array is a special variable which can store all of those names in a single variable. So let's explore how they are declared and how they are used. I'm going to declare a variable for the array called letFruits. I'm using the let keyword since we have the option of updating and removing items from the array as well, which we'll be exploring later. So letFruits equals to mango, and then banana, apple, and an orange. So this is how you declare an array and store values inside it. In this case, I have stored 4 strings. You can store any data type you want, may it be numbers, strings, or boolean values as well. So if I want to access any one of these values, I will have to use the concept of indexing, which is giving a number to each of the items in an array. So an indexing starts from 0 in JavaScript, like in many other programming languages. So this would have, mango would have an indexing of 0, then 1, 2, and 3. So if I want to print out this specific value of this array, fruits, I would have to type out console.log fruits and the indexing name. So 0, 1, 2, 2. Now it should print out apple. So this is how you access a value inside an array. Now let's look at some useful ways to manipulate arrays, like adding, removing, and changing items. To add a new item to the end of an array, use the push method, which is writing the name of the array, fruits dot push, then a set of parentheses and the data that you want to add to an array. So in this case, I'm going to add a string pineapple. Now what this does is it pushes the value that is pineapple, or it adds the value inside the array, but it adds the value at the last place. So when we type out console.log fruits, it'll print out the updated array. So as you can see, pineapple is added to the end of the array. Now if you want to remove a value from the array, you can use the pop method, that is writing the name of the array and dot pop. What this does is it removes the last element of an array. So in this case, orange is not the last element since we have added pineapple. So if I type out fruits.pop, pineapple will be removed. Let's see if it has worked by console.log fruits. So you can see that pineapple has been removed. Now we know how to add an item or to remove an item. But what if I want to change the value of the item at index number 1 because 0 1 to another value. What if I want to update this value right here? Well, I can achieve that by directly accessing its index and assigning it a new value. So if I type out fruits, let's say I want to change the first value, mango, fruits 0 equals kiwi. So what will happen is it will update the array with this value at index number 0. So if I type out console.log fruits, it should print out to kiwi, and that is evident here. So as we can see, we can add values, remove values, and even update values from any indexing in an array. And because of that, arrays are super flexible for storing and modifying collections of data. Now, arrays are super nice to store linear data, but what if you want to store data that are related to each other? Kind of like a dictionary where each word has its own meaning. Well, to organize related data, a powerful way is to use objects. An object is like a container that stores data in key value pairs. You can think of it like a contact card in your phone, where each contact has a name, number, and email address. And here's how you would create an object in JavaScript. Declare a variable, let's say person equals, well, declare a set of curly braces or type out a set of curly braces, then declare the key and value pairs. Suppose a name can be a key followed by a colon and then its value. Suppose Alice. A comma to separate the keys, and another key, that is age. The age might be 25, another comma, and then suppose email. Email can be a string, Alice @example.com. Well, this is how you create an object in JavaScript. It has keys, that is these unique values. The keys should be unique, and the values stored by the keys. To access the values in objects, we make the use of keys. If I want to access the name of the person or the person variable, or not even a variable, a person object, I would write person. Well, if I want to print out the value, console.log person.name. This accesses the name, and person.age accesses the age. Now let's see. So it prints out Alice for person.name and 25 for person.age. Objects allow us to store and organize data in a more readable and structured way, since we know that Alice is the name of the person and 25 is the age of the person, and this is the email. Well, what we wrote here can be named as properties of the objects, since the property can include name, age, email, basically any key and value pair. An object inside JavaScript can also have what's called a method, which are functions that are stored as properties inside the object. And here's an example. For the same person, that is Alice, we can write a function inside a key. So greet function console.log hello, my name is plus this, which is a keyword in JavaScript which refers to this person, as in this object right here. This refers to the object, that is person, dot name. The this keyword is used to specify the object for which the method is being created, or for which the function is being created. Since this function is inside the object person, this refers to person, and it will output to the person's name, because person.name is accessing this key, which outputs to this value. Now if you want to call the method, we can use the name of the object, that is person, dot the method name, greet. And you should not forget to add a comma after each key value pair. So you should keep that in mind, otherwise you can run into a syntax error. Now if we want to call the method, we have to call it like this, the object name and the method name, and then let's see how this runs. So hello, my name is Alice, since this dot name refers to person dot name. So as always, before we wrap up, here's a challenge for you guys. You have to create an object named car with properties like its company, model, and year, and add a method called carinfo that prints out the car's information like this. This is a year, company, model. So do try it out and drop your answers in the comments below. Just for a quick recap, we learned about arrays and objects and what are object properties and methods. So in the next episode, we'll be diving into error handling and debugging, how to handle mistakes in our code and to fix them quickly. So make sure you tune in. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you ask your questions in the comments, and see you guys in the next one.